For me, it's feeling like, okay, what was the quality of this research? How do we feel about the process that it got us to, and do you feel good about that? And then the second part of it is, how does that tie in with what's happening in the streets of Boston right now? There was this conversation of a stimulus package being put forth, and one of the questions that came out was, okay, let's make a wish list. What kind of projects do we want to get funded if we could? If we can get everything funded that we put on the list, what would we want? And we did a detailed analysis on the economic impact that the federal money was having on job creation in the city, on energy savings, and you can see these benefits on several of the physical development projects taking place in the city, one being in Washington Beach, public housing development for the Boston Housing Authority. Another one's 270 Center Street in Jamaica Plain, where they're doing some mixed use with some housing. It's a question we're constantly asking ourselves: who are the consumers of our research? And obviously it's internal folks, it's the BRA, we're trying to inform the decisions that are taking place here. But then there's also those folks that are outside. When we produce these reports for Imagine All the People, they're written in an accessible way, they're not written in an academic way, they're meant with the community in mind. How tall should buildings be? How much parking should there be? What kind of retail is going to be here? It's very, very difficult. You have all kinds of data to say, well, maybe this, maybe that. But at the end of the day, this is where people live, and they get very passionate about those things. We use a lot of secondary data, and in that, it's important that people are answering things like the census, like the American Community Survey, because that's how we know how the community's changed in those years between 0 and 0.